You know, this town used to be a quiet one. The only real noise you'd hear would be the gunshot for the track team race, or maybe the cheerleaders screaming. Those times were back then. Nowadays, this place is just cold, empty, abandoned. All because of the night he came home.
Look, there's nothing out there. No evil, no monster. Just give it a rest.
You know he's still out there. The shape lives.
The making of this film was actually very difficult. It took 4 years to plan. Wasn't expecting it to take that long. It all started in 2018 after the new Halloween sort of remake sequel came out, and me and one of my friends, I wanted to make a Halloween fan film based off the events of that, and I did, and it was like one of my first ever films, so it was very, very bad. So after that film, I wanted to make a better version of it, but with a different storyline. At the end of 2019, I finally had a script that I liked. I made like 5 or 6 scripts. I mean, honestly, I was so happy to start filming, but obviously, because of the pandemic, I was completely lost with filming this thing. And I kind of gave up for a whole year. Quite bad, I gave up because I felt so down about it, because I've been planning for almost 2 to 3 years now. And then at the end of 2020, I decided, you know what, things aren't that bad. So I got some of my college friends, Josh Vlogs and Pro Master. Together, I think I could tell them my plan and what I'd been planning for. When it got to around May of 2021, I started wanting to film it. But due to technical difficulties, I couldn't, so I had to plan a bit more. Within that time though, I made a shot list, equipment list, and started making props. I also started buying props, like this pumpkin right here. In the middle of July, I got my old friend back, who was in the original one. The idea of this film is taking place 40 years after the original. It cuts out every other film, and I only wanted to pay homage to the original 1978 film. My idea wanted to go back to basics, a bit like how 2018 did theirs, but I wanted to keep Michael as this myth, almost like you can't see him until it's too late, and I think I capture that very well. Keep in mind, I've been practicing this character for ages. I've got tons of the Michael Myers masks and the cosplay. Sometimes I'll just put it on just for fun, which may seem a bit weird, but is to get into that character, that emotionless evil, the essence of evil. The town in this film is taking place 40 years later after 1978, the whole thing is. And we have some very interesting plot devices, like Dr. Loomis's grandson, Josh Loomis, who is played by Josh Vlogs, my very good friend. There's also the police officers who take their job very seriously. The police officer we see in the film, which is played by Pro Master. Very good acting from both of those people. Could not be happier with their performances. The town in this film is very terrorized. It's empty near Halloween time, because they all believe very much in this myth that happened. My idea is that after 1978, when Michael fell out that window and disappeared, is that people didn't know what to think of it. They knew there was murders, but they didn't know who did it because there was no suspect there. They could think it would be the patient who escaped the mental hospital. They could believe the crazy doctor, but most of them just thought maybe it wasn't the crazy doctor, maybe it was somebody else, and everybody's just paranoid.
These two are acting in my film, Halloween Restoration.
Happy to be in it.
Thank you. Josh plays the grandson of Dr. Loomis, who is, obviously, if you're a Halloween fan, you know who the character Dr. Loomis is. I wanted to add this character because there's been fan films and animations before where they've done this character, you know, a son or someone related to Loomis. And I just wanted to add it in because I thought it'd be a nice feature, add some spice to it. We have Officer Xander here, or just called the Officer, who's played by Xander, Pro Master. I'll leave both the links to their YouTube channels in the description.
Yep.
So I'm just going to ask you a few questions, maybe some personal things, maybe some things about the films. The first thing I want to ask is, what did you think when I approached you earlier this year saying, oh, I want to make a Halloween fan film?
I was very pleased when you asked us to act in this film. You know, I know you told us that you've been acting this we've been planning this for about 4 years now, and because you've got me into the horror genre, I was very pleased to be given the opportunity. We've all been making films for a couple of years now. I know Kristian's planned it for ages now, and we're finally seeing it come together. But me and Xander don't really know much about it. We
haven't kept the dark.
We were just told what to do.
Because I wanted to make it a surprise for you two more.
Yeah,
because I didn't want to spoil it, and in a way, it's worked really well. What do you think about your roles?
Well, your characters, you're playing quite a serious character.
It depends on how much you used in the film itself. Because I just play an officer. I could be in one scene and that's it. But if I have multiple parts in this, I don't mind. So it's a nice role for me though, because I'm not one for acting. You know what I'm like? I'm just a person that kind of blends into the background. I feel like Kristian's got something planned for this character because he's got a giant grin in his face right now.
No, I don't.
My character, yes, I guess it does kind of fit what you want. I
think Josh's part is bigger than mine, since he is related to the person that studied Michael Myers originally. So I do think Josh has a bigger role than I do in this one.
All I can say is you both actually have really big roles. You're not just in one scene, Xander.
We know we're not the only cast members in this film.
You could watch the short film when it's finished, and there could be people in the short film which you never even met, but it just works because that's how Kristian works. It makes it mysterious.
I know we filmed a scene earlier when I turned around because I saw a kid walking out with a pumpkin mask on. I don't want to say who it is. And I looked at the shot that Kristian filmed over here, and oh my god, I was pleased with it. It just looks sick. I'm the person that films it, but I'm excited to see what you can do. What you're going to do in this.
Are you expecting to get actually scared while watching this film?
Hopefully. I hope it's
maybe a bit of nerves.
I hope it's a jump scare that actually gets me. I do watch some horror films, but usually when a jump scare comes out, I don't get scared of it because you know when it's gonna come. It's on Halloween when in the bedroom the person dangling from a door frame when they come back. That didn't scare me at all because I knew it's something Michael Myers would do to these people. So I was expecting something to happen, and it happened, and I was yep.
Was there anything in the original Halloween that actually got you by surprise?
Nope, because I kind of expected it to happen.
However, did you feel suspense?
I did feel suspense from it.
Parts where he'd hang in a background and you would just sort of see him looming there and think, when is he going to strike? It's got a lot of jump scares in it. Yeah. I think the first Halloween's more of a suspense thriller than
we're all very excited to see the album.
I'm so glad that as a fan of the Halloween franchise, I could make my own Halloween fan film and post it for free to everyone to look at and to have simple entertainment by watching it. I'm happy with how the film came out. I honestly thought at the beginning of the summer that it would be trash and that I wouldn't be able to live up to my expectations of how it would look. But I stuck to a strict plan. I'm glad it came out how it did. I love everything about it. I love everybody who helped me make it. And that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. This is the making of Halloween Restoration.